My first Amazon FBA business went bankrupt, and I'm going to share with you what my product was and step by step how I started my business, including how much it cost. And at the end of the video, I am going to share with you the 3 biggest mistakes I made that cost me over $11,000 and led to my first Amazon FBA business going bankrupt. So make sure you watch till the end of this video so you can avoid your Amazon business failing like mine did. The first mistake I made with my Amazon business, I paid $5,000 for an Amazon FBA course. Now there's nothing wrong with Amazon FBA courses, but you don't need to spend $5,000 for an Amazon course. In fact, in the end of this video, I'm going to give you a free 8-hour Amazon course that's better than the one I paid for. Anyway, the first step to starting my Amazon FBA business was signing up for the Amazon course, so I could learn how to find a product and how to put it and launch it on Amazon. And that cost me $5,000. My first cost was $0 after that for the product research tool, which is called MBS, or Managed by Stats, which was included as part of the course that I signed up for, so I could find my product and sell it on Amazon. After that, I paid another $400 for my package and graphic design for my listing photos. I spent $300 for registering my business and $275 on a trademark in the US. The next step to selling on Amazon was to get barcodes, and I spent $120 on that, and then I spent $39.99 on the Amazon seller account fee. I then found a manufacturer using Alibaba and spent $350 on samples, and once I received the samples and approved the ones that I liked, I spent $3,500 to manufacture my product and another $1,200 on shipping my product to Amazon. Plus, there was a few other fees, and in total, I spent over $11,300 starting my Amazon FBA business. And in 10 months, my Amazon business went bankrupt. My name is Cam, and I decided to start an Amazon FBA business because I was tired of my boring 9-to-5 job. I felt like my soul was getting sucked out of my body, and I craved something more, a business of my own that I could build, run, and truly enjoy doing every day. The reason I chose to start an Amazon business was because of how convenient it is, especially for someone with a full-time job. Amazon has over 160 million Prime customers in the US alone that go to Amazon to buy products every single day. And I found out that I could sell on Amazon. In fact, 40% of Amazon sellers make over $100,000. And the coolest part is, selling on Amazon is passive income, because Amazon does the marketing for you. There is 2.4 billion people going to Amazon every single month looking to buy products. And so you can list your product on Amazon, and the best part is that you can take advantage of the Amazon FBA program, which stands for Fulfilled by Amazon. This means Amazon will pick, pack, and ship your products for you, so you can spend time doing whatever you want to do. At least that's what I thought. Now, I'm going to share with you step by step how I started my Amazon business, including how much every step cost, so make sure to smash the like button because I am going to share the massive mistakes I made that led to my business going bankrupt. My first cost was $5,000 for a private label course back in 2020. I found a course online that seemed very popular, and they said private labeling was a great way to make money. And private labeling is when you find a product sold on Alibaba and you buy the product and stamp your own logo on it, then sell it on Amazon for a higher price, and you can keep all the profit. It seemed like a great idea and an easy way to make money, so I needed to find a product. But this was my first biggest mistake. I did not invest in the right research tool, or better, I did not invest in the right research method. But I'll talk more about that in a minute. I used the research tool called Managed by Stats. That helps you analyze the sales of a specific product being sold on Amazon. And I found prong collar that seemed perfect at the time. It was high in demand and low in competition according to the numbers. There weren't a whole bunch of other collars, so if I could get my own private label of that collar out there, I was sure I would get many sales. But I wish I would have spent more time researching the right way, so I could have guaranteed success with my product. That's what I saw when I found that YouTube coach Travis. He didn't use private label at all. And actually, he had a method to guarantee success on Amazon using the passion product formula, but it all starts with an in-depth tutorial on product research with Helium-10. Helium-10 is a research tool that helps you find your product idea. But the key to making money on Amazon is to understand that Amazon is a search engine, and people go to Amazon to search for things they want to buy. The search terms people type into Amazon are called keywords, and Helium-10 can show you how popular a specific keyword can be. So you're able to figure out how much customer demand there is for your product. If you want to unlock all the premium features to help you find your new product, there's a link in the description with a discount code, and when you use that code, you will get the biggest discount anywhere for Helium-10. My next cost was $3,500 for my purchase of my first inventory order of the collars. I went on Alibaba.com and searched for the right collar. And after sourcing through different manufacturers and suppliers, I contacted 3 manufacturers in China. I did have to spend $350 on samples from all of them. Deciding on a manufacturer on Alibaba can be hard because there are so many to choose from. But here's a pro tip. Always click verified supplier, which means someone from Alibaba has checked out their warehouse and factory to make sure they are a legit manufacturer. But there are a few different ways to find your manufacturer. You can use Alibaba.com like I did, where there are hundreds of manufacturers across Asia, Europe, and India. And you can use Thomasnet.com to find manufacturers exclusively in the US. Or you can even just use Google by typing in the product you want plus manufacturer. I needed 4 different collar sizes in order for it to make sense on Amazon, which was a big issue. When you're first launching on Amazon, you should launch with one type of product, so it's simple as possible. But I made the mistake by selecting a product that required 4 different sizes, and I had to spend more time and more energy and more money than I wanted to, because I had to buy more SKUs and manage 4 listings. In Travis's in-depth course, The Passion Product Formula, he explains how to find more competitive products and walks you through the whole process of starting an Amazon business to avoid big mistakes like these. There is a link below in the description. But after that, I spent $456 on my logo and package design. I started a project on a design website called 48 Hour Logo, where I submitted my logo design request, and 48 hours later, I received around 50 different designs from multiple designers. I think it's a great way if you have no idea how you want your logo to look, or even to get you started with different ideas. In order to figure out who you want to work with, or what you want your logo to look like, or what you want your brand identity to look like. Then, I paid a little extra for my chosen designer to help me with the packaging design as well. To get your logo and packaging designed, you can use 48 Hour Logo, or you can also use Fiverr, or even Upwork, or 99 Designs. And the way 99 Designs works is similar. You submit your design request and a bunch of designers send you their version of your logo or package, and you just choose one and go from there. And once I had my package and logo design completed, I spent $200 on photos from a local photographer that I found on Instagram. And I sent my samples that I initially received to get the photos done. And then it cost me $200 to get my graphic design and Amazon listing photos done from a person that I hired on Fiverr. They were both good, but it was a lot of work and it took a lot of time to find them. And sometimes you don't like the work they do and you have to hire someone else to redo the work. But I actually just found this company called FBA Creatives that will do the hard work for you. They can build your entire listing, product description, and bullet points. Plus, they can create your product images, your logo, and branding, and even your packaging. There's a link down below in the description. And my next cost was $289 to set up my LLC, which is a limited liability company. I hired Better Legal to create my LLC. An LLC will cost you $249 from LegalZoom, or you can use Better Legal like I did. And I recommend getting an LLC for your business because if you ever get sued, an LLC means there is a separation between your business and your personal assets. You could also get a DBA for $99 with the help of LegalZoom. DBA means doing business as, and it's the business name you use to operate under for tax purposes. It's great for marketing and branding, but won't offer any legal protection if you're ever getting sued. And then I spent $139 for a city license, which I filed myself on my city website. It is not required for everyone, but the city that I live in requires that I do have a license in order to run a business. Make sure to check with an accountant if your city requires a city license for more accurate advice. But I've already spent about $9,000, and that was before the product had even arrived. That made me a bit nervous for sure. But that YouTube Amazon coach, Travis, said there are over 310 million Amazon customers worldwide, and I knew this was an opportunity that was too good to miss. So then I spent $1,200 for shipping my product by sea. I actually found my freight forwarding company through a member in the community that I was part in. The company is called SampleCheckers.com. I used their service not only to ship my product, but they also checked my inventory and they made sure that everything with my production is good and is good to ship as well. And they shipped all my product by sea. Typically, when you ship by air, it is way faster, but it's much more expensive. If you ship by sea on an ocean freight, it will be a lot cheaper, but it will take a little bit longer. My next expense actually cost me $120, and this was my UPC codes from GS1. Now, because I had 4 sizes of my collar, I had to spend $30 each for a barcode on each collar. But I couldn't sell on Amazon without spending $39.99 on my Amazon account fee. An Amazon account fee is what you pay to be able to list and sell your products on Amazon. And you get to have access to Amazon Seller Central, where you collect reports on all your expenses. And you get to see your profits and track all your sales. But you don't have to pay $39.99 to sell on Amazon because there is actually 2 types of accounts. There's a professional seller account and there's an individual seller account. A professional seller account costs about $39.99 a month, and the individual account is free, but you have to pay 99 cents per item sold. My goal was and is to make as much money from selling on Amazon as possible, so I recommend signing up for the professional if you're planning to sell more than 40 units per month. And I did want to make sure my collars were protected, so I spent $275 to apply for a trademark. And I applied for a trademark straight from the USPTO website. It was really straightforward and didn't have any issues doing it. Plus, there is actually a video where Travis shows you step by step how to apply, and it will only take you about 30 minutes. It's very quick and easy. There's a link in the description for that too. And now I'm ready to launch, and I'm going to share how much I made in my first month in just a minute. But so far, I have spent over $11,300 to start my Amazon. I felt very nervous. But that YouTube coach, Travis, said in the US alone, there are over 230 million customers, and 56% of them start their product search on Amazon. So I knew if anyone was searching for prong collars, I thought they would be able to find me on Amazon. But there were some massive problems with my Amazon listing that stopped me doing some crucial marketing, and I'll reveal that in just a minute. But in my first month on Amazon, I made $305 in revenue. But it's important that you know this was revenue and not profits. I spent about $94 producing the units sold in the first month. The next fee I had was spent is $43 on the Amazon selling fee. And the Amazon selling fee is 15% that Amazon charges for the opportunity to sell on the Amazon platform. I know it sounds like a lot, but Amazon earns this fee because they bring so many customers that are coming and going to come and buy your product. So think of it as a marketing fee. The next fee was $99 on the Amazon pick and pack fee. This is the fee that you pay to Amazon every time you get an order. So Amazon can pick, pack, and ship your product from the warehouse to the customer. Honestly, even though I did it wrong by trying private label, This FBA program is what makes Amazon such an amazing opportunity, because you don't have to do the shipping of your product to your customer yourself. It's all automated, but you have to pay Amazon for the shipping and handling. Now, you don't need to pay this fee. You can choose to sell on Amazon using FBM, which stands for Fulfillment by Merchant, which you ship out the product yourself, but it ends up being the same cost. So that $99, in my opinion, is well worth it. Then I paid $0 on PPC or pay-per-click, and I'll explain that in just a minute. But for my first month selling on Amazon and after all my expenses, I made $68 in profit. It felt exciting to have made any profit at all. I felt really proud and knowing that customers were interested in my product, and that was very validating. And after all that, putting on all that hard work, it felt really good to see some sales come through. But I knew if I wanted to see more sales, I would need to start marketing. But that was a part of a massive problem that I was having on Amazon. So in month 2, I only made $422. It cost me $147 to make 28 units for my second month. Then $67 was the 15% Amazon selling fee and $154 for my Amazon FBA fee. Again, I spent $0 on PPC, and in the second month selling on Amazon, I made $53 in profit. This was tough because I made even less profits, which was a huge red flag. On top of that, Amazon is not allowing me to market my prong collar. Amazon flagged my prong collar as a controversial product, which blocked me from PPC campaigns. Now, PPC stands for pay per click, where you can pay to have your listing at the top of the search results, and you pay a small fee every time someone clicks on your listing. But I couldn't access that program. I couldn't use it to market my product. Imagine having a launch pad but no fuel to launch your product. I was stuck watching other similar collars selling through sponsored ads and getting higher and higher in the Amazon listing, but my similar listing with the prong collar wasn't eligible for advertising. I was very frustrated, and Amazon just kept denying my appeals, and they couldn't exactly tell me what's going on or what's happening. That wasn't allowing my listing to be eligible for PPC marketing. I learned a hard lesson in my second month. If you don't have advertising, it is impossible to compete against other sellers who are also private labeling and selling other products that are similar to yours, because there are nothing that can make you stand out. And Amazon wouldn't tell me exactly what the problem was. So I had to find out how to resolve it the hard way, which cost me even more time and more money. Success on Amazon comes down to choosing the right method of selling. I wish I would have seen Travis's videos sooner, because using a private label is like shooting myself in the foot. There is way too much competition and I have no control over anything. Especially when Amazon came along and kicked my legs from under me. It's really important to be a part of a community and have a mentor who can guide you to avoid mistakes like this. This is why it's important to have a unique product that you're passionate about, which is what Travis teaches in his Amazon FBA course, which I've linked down below. But choosing the sales method wasn't my only mistake. I made a huge mistake that cost me over $4,500, which I will reveal in a second, so pay attention. But I made $186 in month 3. It cost me $63 to make these units, $28 for the 15% Amazon selling fee, and $66 for the Amazon FBA fee. And so in the third month selling on Amazon, I made $28 in profit. It was crushing to see my sales dropping every month. And because I tried to sell with private label, I couldn't control it. And it just kept getting worse and worse. In month 4, I made $179 in revenue, but after all expenses, I lost $56 in profits. My first month in red, and it's not my last. In month 5, I made $189 in revenue and lost $60 in net profits. Again, I made $149 in revenue in month 6, and lost $47 in net profits. I tried everything that was within my control to fix this. I had lowered my price on Amazon, hoping that it would offset the cost of my PPC marketing and boost my sales, but unfortunately, it didn't work. Things didn't play out as I had planned. Instead of moving more units, I was hemorrhaging money. My strategy wasn't working and I lost control. In month 7, I only made $125 in revenue and lost $58 in profit. In month 8, I made $0 and I actually lost $85 in net profits, and I'll explain why in a second, so pay attention. But in month 9 was the worst month by far. I only made $19 in revenue and lost $180. My losses started piling up even more due to long-term storage fees, which is what Amazon hits you with after 180 days if your inventory hasn't sold. It's all based on the cubic feet your products are taken up in the warehouse. And unfortunately, my unsold inventory was just taking up space, collecting spider webs in the Amazon warehouse. And so I was racking up these fees, and it was just my situation getting worse. So I made a really difficult decision. I had requested Amazon to send back all my inventory because my sales had pretty much stopped and I was sitting on way too much stock. But even that didn't take me out of the nosedive that I was in. In month 10, we still had some sales, but I only made $143 in revenue, but I lost $66. And it takes time for Amazon to take out your inventory, so I was still selling. In month 11, I made $62 in revenue and lost $30 in net profits. As I was closing in on a year of selling, I had a tough choice to make. I either keep selling, keep trying, or I cut my losses and try to figure out the right way of selling. My goal was to make my own money and control my own life, and it was proving that this was just a sinkhole. Because in just 11 months, I made $913 in revenue. But remember, revenue is not profits. After taking all my expenses, cost of goods, and all the other fees, I was left with only $150 in net profits. Before I share my 3 biggest mistakes, I want to say that every mistake has lessons to learn from, and that's why I am sharing this story. I learned from them and turned my online business around, which I'll reveal in just a second. But you need to make sure you don't make these mistakes, so pay attention. My first mistake was not understanding PPC. This mistake cost me $1,400 because Amazon flagged my product as a controversial product, and I couldn't understand why. Because I can see other similar products being sponsored without any issues. It wasn't until I attended an e-commerce mastermind that I learned that it could have been a keyword or an image that was causing this problem. Don't try to do this on your own. Having a community and mentors is really important because we all learn from each other's mistakes. This is why I am creating this YouTube video to share with you all the mistakes and lessons that I've learned along the way. Having said that, if your listing is not eligible for PPC marketing, make sure to delete all your listing description, remove all the photos to see if any of those is causing the issue. Maybe you want to start with removing all your description and leaving the photos to see if it's a keyword that's causing you to be eligible. At the end of the day, Amazon uses algorithms that triggers certain keywords to stop you from marketing your listing. So if this doesn't stop the problem, start removing images from your listing images to see if this solves the problem. The second mistake that I made cost me $4,500 and it had to do with my inventory. I didn't order way too much inventory at the beginning, but the mistake that I made was sending all my inventory into the Amazon warehouse before testing how my sales and how I'm turning inventory around at the Amazon warehouse. After 8 months of inventory setting in the Amazon warehouse, Amazon started charging me about $80 every month for stocking fee. At the end, I wanted to stop Amazon from charging me this long-term storage fee. When I requested Amazon to ship it back so I can avoid the charges, it cost me $1,300 for Amazon to ship my product back from all the various warehouses across the country. The biggest lesson here is even if you have a large amount of inventory, don't ship it all to Amazon right away. Ship a small portion, and if you're seeing your product moving and selling in a healthy way, start sending more inventory to avoid long-term storage fee. The third and biggest mistake by far was selling the wrong method, and that cost me over $11,000. I put all my time and money into a private label program, which is an outdated way of selling. If you want to start an e-commerce business today, you have to learn how to think like an entrepreneur. Amazon is still a great way for ordinary and or busy people who would like to start a passive income with an online business. But if you want to stand out from the crowd, there is a better way. That's why following a real Amazon FBA course can change your life. I made thousands of dollars worth of mistakes, but armed with good lessons. I actually ended up launching a new product on Amazon that did okay. And I'm going to release 2 more videos that I'm going to talk in details about these products and some of the mistakes that I learned from, so you can learn what selling on Amazon is really like. But the biggest success I had was when I partnered up with the Passion Product team and we launched the Carnivore electrolytes. And that blew me away because we've made 6 figures in less than a year. We've spent $0 on marketing. And this is all because of the art of finding a good product to sell. All thanks to joining Travis' Amazon FBA program, the Passion Product Formula. Honestly, it changed my life. If you join it, you won't regret it. There's a link in the description to join, but if you aren't ready for that yet, Travis has a completely free 8-hour Amazon FBA course that you can get by clicking right here. If you found this video helpful and want to find success on Amazon, hit like, subscribe, and ring that notification button. I'm sharing every step, every mistake, and every success story, and it's all a huge learning opportunity, so join me as I continue to explore the Amazon marketplace. Thank you for watching, and remember, keep pushing forward no matter what the challenge is.